Hey, what's the deal? It's your boy Talent, your man Amir, Sealey. What up, Amir?
What's going on, T? It's Monday,
Hey,
motivation.
Motivation Monday. This is the aftermath of the holiday. You still got the itis?
I still got a little bit of itis. I can't even lie. For me this year was a little bit different. Normally, you definitely link up with family, but because of rules and regulations, everybody was trying to, peek and see where they could sneak into. So this way, you wasn't supposedly going over the limits at whatever family events you managed to get into. I didn't even really have a family event. I went to my neighbors. I was neighbor hopping right here in my neighborhood. Hey, y'all cooking over there? All right, I'm gonna stop and get a plate.
You know, it's crazy you said that because it was different for me too. But ironically, it was my first one being around people. For the last
Okay.
5 years, I've been kind of skipping it, hibernating, locking myself in hotel rooms and being on the road on purpose, like because mom's family passing, the
Mhm.
matriarchs are gone, so Thanksgiving wasn't the same. I didn't want to relive it or whatever, and it would be the one year when I'm ready to see people. We not allowed to see. You can't tell me the Lord ain't got a sense of humor, bro. The one
Yeah.
year I say, you know what, T, go see some people. The one year I do that, the governor said, no, 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 no. I, I, I'm Jesus my ass. No.
Exactamundo. That's what I said. And this one, was a little, bittersweet as well. Thanksgiving week is always a fun and interesting week for me anyway, because my mother's birthday is that week, my lady's birthday is that week, and then several. Matter of fact, let's put it this way: I celebrated at least 10 birthdays last week, straight,
Damn.
like bang, 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 just the whole week. So it's always a fun week for me because I'm always like, this like Christmas to me. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
everybody gets a call. So
Well,
I'm
that's
reaching
crazy.
out to friends and
That's
family.
crazy. Well, I'm glad we here. We made it. I hope everybody else weekend was good. Hope you ask yourself that question. We always like to start up with people rhetorically hearing the question, answering it in their own brain. How was your weekend? Did you at least? I know it was a downer for a lot of people. If you're from a big family or you're used to doing it big, and now you're not allowed to do it big, you know what I mean? How was your joint? You know, what I mean, it was only six of us, seven of us,
Okay.
but all friends, you know what I mean? And, we got together and hung out and made a thing of it. But it was good, man. I mean, I was talking on my show this morning earlier and cracking on people because the next day I had to go to the post office, which is right next to Subway and Dunkin' Donuts. And people was going in Subway getting their lunch like it was a regular Friday. I'm like, yo, either y'all ain't nobody cook or the food was whack that the next day you don't have leftovers.
But you know what? I think it's funny. I feel like for some of us as they get older, people have this weird affiliation with Thanksgiving in this regard. They love the actual day itself and eat and do everything, and then the next day they order like, I'm already tired of this. You're like, that was just 24 hours ago. What happened?
Listen, what I will say is what I did learn this was it yesterday, dealing with Rocco on Sunday Story Show, him
Uh,
being Italian, I did realize that the celebration of the whole weekend is a cultural thing.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
we actually, black people, and I don't blame us, man. Whenever it's whenever it's something, dude, it's like something weekend.
Yeah.
Don't give us a holiday on a Monday or a Friday or Thursday. It's gonna be
We're gonna take
Groundhog Day weekend. We're gonna
you
do
got
we're gonna do whatever we gotta do.
you gotta love us for that. And the fun thing about that is, again, Thanksgiving, especially usually, revolves around, sometimes seeing family that you don't see often. So it does
Right.
require a little more time and a little more that, pushing the boundaries and, getting to spend that optimum time that you don't ordinarily get. So that's a dope thing. You know what I mean? I really
Got
look
you,
forward to
got
that.
you, got you. No, no, that's good. So it is what it is. So listen, my guest I was gonna throw on later. I guess we can throw her on early, Amir.
Okay.
Keeps hit me on the joint and say, yo, she's in there early. So I got the great Reverend Dr. Agard. is in the building. They call her Dr. KJ sometimes. She's a performer. She's an artist, educator. She's a graduate of Fisk University, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow.
Uh, you already
HBCU.
know. Howard and Alliance Theological Seminary. You know, this is our favorite reverend here in Money Earning Mount Vernon by way of Queens. You know, she's done a lot of things. And we're going to talk about her new candle line and all that good stuff that goes with that. But bring her to the forefront, the great Reverend Doctor. The great
Hello.
Reverend Doctor. I always wanted to say that. The great Reverend Doctor.
Hey guys.
Oh, hello.
How are you? This is my boy Amir Sealey, the great Amir Sealey, the mastermind behind a lot of my shows. We're happy to have, first of all, welcome to the Motivation Monday.
Welcome.
And I talked to Amir before we went live, and I let him know that the question of the day or the proposal of the day for people to think about and ponder on is I got a viral video sent to me in my inbox, and my man Mike, who plays Luke Cage, and he's in the new show Evil on television, very profound up and coming black actor who's like, he's getting a lot of roles, he's tearing it up, but he took a minute to address people just automatically saying what they deserve out of life. And he said, don't get me wrong. And I agree with him. He said, don't get me wrong. All of us deserve certain equal things. Like we deserve equal respect, equal opportunity. You know what I mean? All these things that every human being, and when you break it down to this country, every citizen is afforded. We want to be, you know, we deserve opportunities like the next guy. You know what I mean? We deserve all those things just by right of being here and being a person. But when people go as far as to saying, they, you know, maybe they do something that somebody else do the same job and they start to hate on them or envy them or get mad. And, oh, why he got that? I deserve blah, blah, blah. But these same people, you got to step back when people say that. I know I do. And I look at their body of work. I look at their work ethic. What have you done to show that you deserve this? You know, and I think that a lot of us sling those words around, take them for granted, and figure, hey, I deserve X, Y, Z. Sometimes it could be something physical or tangible, an item. It could be a positioning. Either way, you got to do the work to get to whatever's desired or deserved. How do you feel about that, Reverend Doctor?
First, let me say thank you both for allowing me to be on the show today. I appreciate you opening your forum or your platform for me to share with you today. And so in regards to your question, I think one of the very first things I think about when I hear an individual speak about, I deserve this, I deserve that, I think about the opposite of one who feels like they deserve all of that. The opposite is having the spirit of entitlement. You know, and so many of us walk around with this spirit of entitlement that just by mere fact that I showed up, the mere fact that I'm present, the mere fact that I'm Black, the mere fact that I'm a woman, the mere fact that I'm however many years old, I deserve a certain level of respect, love, gifts, doors opening for me simply because we walk in this spirit of entitlement. And it puts us in a position where we begin to ask, are you deserving of something, or do you walk in the spirit of entitlement? So
that's a great breakdown of that.
Yeah. Wow. That's a really great perspective. Yeah. Wow.
That's a great breakdown of it, because you're absolutely right. People are walking in that light of entitlement. And I think a lot of it from my standpoint anyway, being in this business, what I have seen over the years is I see it stem from someone seeing whatever that is with someone else. That's why I say like envious or hate, you know, being a hater, what they would call a hater today. A lot of it stem from like the people don't just wake up and think this on their own. They look at something else, or they'll see somebody bestowed a job or whatever it is, or a woman, could be a woman or a man. They're looking at the relationship. Why he got that? I deserve that because of blah, blah, blah. Right. But then when we go to look at it's like, it ain't no different than 4 or 5 in the presidency with this voter fraud claims. It's like, okay, he should be president. It's voter fraud. Where is the stuff? Where's the information? Where's the evidence?
Right, right. And it all goes back to that whole concept of working. In the church, we say sowing and reaping, right? In the world, we talk about it being give and take. We talk about sacrifice versus reward. And I know I can speak for myself. Oftentimes, people will look at a little black girl, little brown girl from Queens, roundaway girl in the words of LL Cool J, right? And you're like, how did you get this? How did you get that, right? But the reality is none of what I have, none of what I possess came just because I showed up. Right.
Okay.
It all came as a result of hard work, hard labor. And even prior to me even existing on the earth, it's by consequence of some of my parents' actions, right? So my parents, I'm a first generation American, and a lot of people, you are someone from another country, from another, an island or something. Oftentimes you have individuals, we have this whole battle between Americans, Black Americans and Caribbean Americans and all of these things. And a lot of people say, well, even when we look at the Asian community, how did they get a nail salon? How did they get this? How did they get that? Because so many people feel like they're entitled. Well, I was born in this country, so I ought to have this simply because I was born in the country. But nobody talks about the blood, the sweat, the tears, the late nights, the sacrifices of time with their family, time with their children, eating ramen noodles late at night, eating cold pizza, and I'm speaking regarding the college students. I know for me, going to college, there were days that I wanted to go to the party. I wanted to hang out, but I also knew that there was something that I was working towards. There was something that I desired, and going to the party was not going to get me there in any shape or form. So I had to make certain sacrifices in order to get the reward that I really desired.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that you deserve is the things that you worked hard for. And speaking of working hard for things, you started a new business. Mm-hmm. And this business is it makes me double proud because I'm proud that you started a business, first of all. But more importantly, you have a non-for-profit that this ties into. Right. Tell us about that.
Okay, so the name of my nonprofit is Liberated to Love. And Liberated to Love actually stems out of, or has been birthed out of my dissertation for my doctorate that deals with healing through the arts for sexually abused women of the African diaspora. So it's a spiritual journey. And what I propose, or what I submit to many of those listening, is that many people will not go and lay on anyone's couch or sit in a chair to speak to a therapist. However, they will find themselves singing a song, painting a picture, doing some form of artistic expression that would help them in their journey through their sexual trauma or sexual abuse of their past or even the present. And this is also birthed out of my own personal trauma of sexual assault and sexual abuse at a very young age. And so I happen to have been born with many gifts and talents. And I realized that the way I was able to cultivate and grow in my gifts of being an actress and performing and, singing, dancing, all of those things, is I found myself becoming lost in the art. And so many of us are able to find ourselves lost in the art. And in that, we find healing. And so part of my soul care, my spiritual care has been, and I realized it was right before me all along, was lighting a candle and drinking a cup of tea. And I said, wait a minute.
Wow.
If all of these things are things that are integral parts of my journey of healing and therapy and finding my own meditation and solitude, why not develop some of my own? When I would preach, when I would teach, I always loved drinking hot peppermint tea. Right? Not just because, my mother's from Jamaica, my father's from Guyana, no, but I just love peppermint tea, right? And so I said, well, let me formulate. So I go to the herb spot, not the weed spot, but to the herb spot, right? And I began to put some stuff together. And I said, oh, I like this flavor. I like, let me put a little bit more of this, a little more of that. And before you knew it, I began to blend different blends, some blends for wound care, some for men, for, all different types of things. But what's different about my company, which is called Liberty, What's different about Liberty is I have a candle scent that matches the same essence that is in the tea. So I have one of my candles is called Empowerment, and in that it's peppermint, spearmint, and rosehip. And it's those same scents that I put together to formulate the candle scent. Then I have one called Satisfy My Soul. It's a pineapple, turmeric, ginger blend. Those are the same scents that are blended in the candle. So those are the two that I introduced my line with, Empowerment and Satisfy My Soul. We have so many more that are coming out, but those two have been the two that have the first ones. Those are the first ones that came out.
Amir loves candles. Amir, how many candles you got right now?
I actually have pretty good amount of candles. I actually do love candles. I think that
you look like a candle dude.
But there's something about, the like she said, the essence of, candle and a calmness that, comes over you, especially when you light them, kind of make the lighting, kind of just right. You can just zen out. And that's a beautiful thing in terms of, trying to, like you said, get to that inner space where you can then, hopefully start to look inward and, then heal properly.
I'm just recently getting up on my candle game. You know what I mean? But, in the last couple of years, like for a long time, I had the old school candles around the house. The kind you waiting for the power to go out. The tall joints, from the bodega. Like somebody got to get shot for you to put it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now I got the good ones, like she's talking about, with the correct sense that you can have the aromatherapy. When you light them, the aromatherapy, you do feel a calming, a cooling, a good state of mind, and bringing it down. Dr. KJ, Reverend Doctor, the good Reverend Doctor, I'm not going to keep you that long, but I do need you to tell everybody where to go and get your candles and support your business. What happened?
Dr. KJ?
Okay, so see, I keep telling you, when you do this, when you broadcast from the penitentiary, you have to get the right cell, the cell by the router. Okay, well, we could dip her out, and if she comes back to sign off, we'll bring her back in a minute. But in the meantime, Amir, I got one of your favorite comedians coming on, and let's talk about this entitlement. Let's talk about this I deserve stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Sean Harvey Morning Show, Sean Harvey.
Yes. Brother Sean, what's going on, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. You sound great, man. You know, you really an old school rapper in the heart. You know what I mean? Because whenever I do lives with you, you always get like aim the light at us, not you.
Right. You know,
that's that background dancing shit.
You know, I could always hit you with a yes, y'all.
Hey, Sean, have you been listening to the conversation regarding? We're talking about people feeling entitled, running around thinking that they deserve all these things in life. They deserve to be in a certain place. They deserve a certain relationship. They deserve certain accolades, certain physical gifts or being or properties, but don't put in the work.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Amir, Talent, it's good to see you guys. First of all, you know, entitlement, we're dealing with it right now 24/7 every day with Donald Trump. I think that this man feels that he's entitled to be the president of the United States when he clearly lost. But in that entitlement, this man has a dab of narcissism. So he's entitled to think that he's going to be the president when he's clearly lost. Everybody around him is sharing this information with him, and he believes that he's entitled to be the president of the United States. Now, this is the man who all his life had everything his way. It was either his way or the highway. And now that the American people have spoken, this is a man that's trying to change the election with lawyers. Now, if that's not entitlement 101, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But you know what? But check this out. On the real, this is something we all can learn from. Because you know what? When I look at like Donald Trump, and I look at his character defects, I got to look at my own character defects. I got to see what's good. Like if I have the same defects as Donald Trump, then I need to run to therapy ASAP. So then I have a checklist of entitlements. Do I think that the world revolves around me? No. Good. Do I sit and lie all the time and create a story out of a lie and believe it? No. You know what I'm saying? Now, hold on. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, my baby mothers, they were entitled to child support. Don't get me wrong with that.
That's hilarious.
All of that, but that was factual,
right?
But yes, like entitlement to me is a disorder in a sense. Honestly, like if you feel like you're entitled to certain things in life without working for them, yes, that's a disorder. If you feel entitled and you feel like you achieve things in your life without putting in that work or other people helping you, and you take all the credit, yeah, that's entitlement. Right. No, I think like if you feel entitled on a negative tip, I don't want you around me.
No, you got those.
I don't need that. I don't need that energy. I don't need none of that energy around me.
I agree with all that. Hold that thought, because we gotta. Our last guest got kind of cut off. I'm gonna bring her back in so she can shout her product out, how to get it. Then we get right back into it. Let's bring the great Reverend Dr. KJ back in. Okay, you all right? You okay?
I'm good. I don't know what happened to the computer, so I just came to my phone.
Let me tell you something, man. That Wi-Fi in the penitentiary, listen, it's so iffy, yo. I've been there.
Here we go. You would know. You would know it.
You know, your talent. First of all, Doctor, it's a pleasure to meet you. And you was kicking so much knowledge, and I was just like absorbing all your information. But I do have to correct her, talent.
On what?
She said that they didn't call the herb spot the herb spot. They did call the weed spot the herb spot in the weed.
That's what I said. You weren't listening. I went to the herb spot, not the weed spot.
I went to a lot of herb spots, and it wasn't for no herbs. I got the right herbs that got me high.
Hey man, you can't talk. Listen, you can't talk about weed when I got the great Reverend Doctor on here. She ain't supposed to be hanging with us. This is a violation of every church code in America. Just to hang with people like this. So she's doing a blessing. She's on here. She's gracing us with her presence. Dr. KJ, you was about to tell us how to get your products and support your business.
Yeah. Sure. I would tell you to just go to Liberty Life on Instagram. Just go right to Liberty Life on Instagram. You can also inbox me. There's a link in the bio. You can just click on the link in the bio, and that'll take you directly to the store. We are going to be uploading some new things within the next couple of days. So if you don't see anything right now that you're interested in, we have some other things coming up. And in 2021, we have a great sale coming out. Everything for $21 for 2021. All right. So you can get candles, you can get candle and tea, your travel pack, all of those things. The tea is going to be released. So that is going to be our new release in the new year. So we're excited about that. But if you don't mind, can I just say one thing? Because I heard, brother, what's that, Harvey? You were saying something about this entitlement. And I just want to bring forth this one point. And if you don't mind, I'm going to give you this little story to help bring forth this story. If you think about at this point, if you think about an ATM, right? All of us have a debit card. We have our debit card. We go to the store, this, that, and the other. Imagine talent deciding to take me out to dinner for some lobster, right? Just imagine. He's taking me out, right? And he says, Keesh, let's just go to the store, go to the ATM to get some money out. But talent has never put any money in. He has the card with his name on it and all that good stuff. He goes to the bank to get money, but he never put any money in. So he cannot get anything out. Now, he would be walking in entitlement if he thought he just went to the bank because he has a card with his name on it. He can go in there and get whatever he wanted. But it's the work, the labor, the investment, the putting things in, putting time, effort, energy, and work in, which is us depositing something into the bank. That's the only way we can really think that we deserve to get something out. So likewise, the only way we can get something out of life or get success is if we put something into it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was awesomely put. Very well put, and I love you for that, man. The great Reverend Dr. KJ, support her. Go online, get the candles, get the teas. They're about to release them. 2021 is about to be your year, Queen. I see it. I see it coming into reality. The energy is all yours. Thank you for joining us and blessing us with your presence. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank
God for Jesus. Thank God for you
in the building. Now, Sean, hold that thought because you ain't going nowhere. We want to get my man in here real quick. Like I was saying, and I'm gonna need your help on this, Sean. Rakim, comedian Rakim, has challenged me to a music DJ versus coming up this month. He's got Queens and Long Island. I got the Bronx and West. Hip hop, R&B, the works. We're gonna make that happen. Let's bring to the show comedian Rakim.
Hey, welcome to the show.
1 2 1 2. What's happening? What's popping? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I like this guy already.
You're doing too much. You look like Teddy Riley already.
Yeah, right. What's going on? Swinging though.
So first of all, welcome to Motivation Mondays, Rakim. So I see your challenge. I accept your challenge, and we're gonna make it happen tomorrow. Let's find a date so we can jump on it. I'm waiting for the guy to, get the artwork done, and then we put the date on that, and we're gonna rock and roll. Now, Sean Harvey's a Bronx dude, so he's my assistant. He's my musical director. He's gonna help me. I'm smashing you, son. I'm gonna kill you.
I'm telling you, listen here, man. Y'all go ahead with that. Yo, got my man on smash. Yo, my man. Yo, Harv, what's popping? How you doing, bro?
Yo, man, good to see you, man. But T, like, I don't know, man. Like, he got the name Rakim in the beginning of his title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, that's it.
It might have been, I don't know. It might have been somebody like his father was a Rakim fan, man, and named him that. Took a long time. Listen. But I know you gonna put that work in because, like, it's just that I could see your swag, man. You said you from Queens, right?
Yes, sir. Rikers Island.
Yeah, man. You gotta keep an eye on them Queens cats, T. You know what I mean? But I think he's gonna put in that work. But I know, listen, T got a lot of knowledge and a lot of musical experience, and you know what I'm saying. You might need one of your homies to help you out, my brother. That's all I'm saying.
I do got my digging in the crates cat. He listening now. I hope he is because he know it's on and popping. Yo, Talent sent me this shit like 5 o'clock in the morning, talking about I'ma smash him, yo. I was like, oh shit. He just got the challenge, yo. I'ma smash him, yo. This nigga don't know, yo, Ron, yo, James, my man. Yo,
T. Rakim's man gonna give you the best of the whispers hits.
It's on and popping. Yeah, I'll be mad as a motherfucker. I'll be like, nigga, I hired you for this shit.
Hey, Amir, speaking of the battle coming up, the verses, I want to go to Amir because Amir is, Amir, are you a Brooklyn cat from birth?
No, I'm a Bronx dude. You know that.
Bronx,
yeah.
right?
Oh, damn.
Okay,
All three of y'all.
So you're Bronx by birth. So I need you. I got another assistant. You ain't the only one with the digging in the crates crew.
Yeah. Listen, I knew that you had a digging in the crates crew when you was talking all that yang. I was like, yo, you smash out on your White Wednesdays. Like, you got that on lock.
Yeah, look.
Yo, T. Well, KRS-One took out MC Shan back in the day.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I knew he was gonna come with that.
y'all caught an L for 20 years behind that. it took a whole generation to get that off your shoulders, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
I'm just a lot of greats came out of Queens, but if it wasn't for the Bronx, none of this would be going on. You know the deal. South
So
Bronx.
you know what? But the reason, let me say this, and thank you, Rakim, for even being conscious of your wheels spinning in your head to go, you know what? Let me hit T and let's do this, because this goes down the pike that me and Amir beat people in the head with 2-3 times every week. And it's all under the umbrella of motivation. You know, you could easily during these times sit back and take this like a big smack in the face and do nothing. Or you could say, yo, the people, let's do these things for the people so that they stay feeling as good as they did like a regular day, like we're not in a pandemic. Because when we're all home, and we all know, this is the day and age of your cell phone device. So in the day and age of your cell phone device, Amir, you can attest to this, the more entertainment that comes across that device, the more you making people feel normality in an abnormal time. Am I right, Amir?
Yeah, I'm like T said, I bounce stuff off him all the time. And I know one of the greatest, equalizers for all of us is just music. Like, I don't care who you are, I don't care what walk of life you come from. Good music is good music. This battle in particular, I'm excited about because in a real way, you're talking about two pivoting situations. Queens is nothing to play with, but the Bronx ain't nothing to play with neither. And the funny thing is, we got it young and we got it old. So, and I'm sure, Queens has it the same way. But interestingly enough, just the way that this all, should play out and is hopefully going to play out between the two of y'all is going to be pretty amazing for everybody who tunes in. I don't care who they are.
Well, I think that for this is definitely exciting for a motivational Monday. It's also motivating, me, but it's just that I believe like Rakim the comedian, Amir Talent, myself, like we are essential workers in this game right now. I truly believe that. I mean, shout out to the nurses and the doctors and everybody on those front lines, but I put us right there on those front lines as well, because without laughter or us going to a destination to feel good through these devices for other people, without no laughter or just a little laughter in our lives, this whole corona situation will be off the chain. So just sometimes just that laughter and us being on these front lines for these folks is definitely saving lives. I truly believe. Listen, man, Rakim the comedian, I like to say that you are a lifesaver today. Amir, you a lifesaver today. Talent, you're a lifesaver today. Sean Harvey's a lifesaver today.
Right.
One of my baby mothers are saving lives too, even though they in their 50s and 60s.
Hey, Sean, do me a favor, Sean.
We saving lives, man. So when you say that, it's T, I definitely like in Amir, you just hit it the nail right on the head. It's just what it is. We have to be out there on these front lines entertaining folks.
And thank you for being on the front lines, not just here, but every morning with the Sean Harvey Morning Show. You know what I mean? You keep doing what you're doing. You and Rakim have that in common. Both of you guys beat me in the head with information. How do I get better? How to do more things? And I talk to y'all. I bleed the information, and I see y'all put it to work. So kudos to you brothers for doing that. First, let me say goodbye to Sean. Sean, thank you. Sean Harvey Morning Show, weekday morning. Support my brother, Sean Harvey. Thanks for joining the motivation.
Hold on, before I go, hold on, before I go, I want to say this. I know that you're the New York King of Comedy, and God bless you. I titled myself this summer the Backyard King of Comedy.
Oh, I like,
because I was doing a lot of backyard comedy. Now I'm the canceled king of comedy.
Nah, brother, you Sean Harvey. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
God bless you, man.
Let me get on the show. A good friend, ladies and gentlemen, good friend of the show, Sean Harvey from the Sean Harvey Morning Show, and this is comedian Rakim. Again, if you missed us talking about it, we are putting on a versus this month that's going to be out of this world. Music from Queens and Long Island area versus the Bronx and Westchester. I don't want to go too deep into artists because I don't want him in my bag or know the tricks. I got a bag of tricks, and I don't want him to know none of it. You know what I mean? Amir, you a Bronx dude, Amir. You know how deep the Bronx go, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this. Oddly enough, like I said, I'm a music dude at heart. Like that's my all day, everyday thing that I do to, kind of keep my zen. And when you think about, like I said, those two boroughs in particular, the amount of honestly great music that has come from those two boroughs alone is incredible.
It's going to be incredible.
Think about it. It's going to be a really good.
It's going to be immaculate. It's going to be incredible. Rakim, man.
I want to say this, T. I want to thank you for doing what you do, because let me tell you something. When it comes to the social media shit, you are the Jamaican of it. Every time I wake up, I go to bed, I take a nap. I go to the fridge. I'm like, talent is here again. You have 20 jobs in this shit, and every time I see you, I'll be thinking of the music, and I'm like, I just did a 6-week DJ competition on Zoom. Right. Shit was amazing. I hosted the whole thing, and every time I was thinking about it, I was like, man, the music and but T, I'm like, me and T, we go get at this motherfucking thing, because we both talk shit, and I know you have stories and I have stories, and as well is gonna add to it, because I know we're gonna bring the motherfucking drama. That's all I'm saying. And I was like, I'm going, wow. I was like, I gotta get at T for this shit. And then when you was doing Sunday night, me and my crew, right? Shout out to UBU Radio, shout out to Michelle with 1L, shout out to Remy, with Team Remy. Those were the cats that I did the Zoom joint with. And we were watching you on Sunday night, and I was telling T, when he was singing and shit, he was singing doing the R&B joints, T be getting it in, boy. I be like, let it go. So we were bugging. So I said, I gotta hit him up now, because we were talking about the shit. I was like, while it's on my mind. But I texted him and called him. I know he was probably like, what the fuck? It's 3 o'clock in the morning, Rob. What the fuck? But I didn't want him to think it was a booty call, because you know what I'm saying? He was just singing to the mic. I was like, oh, Lord, maybe he's thinking like, what the fuck is wrong with Rob? This nigga called me 3 o'clock in the morning, No,
it's a great opportunity. And I think that, this is going to be a springboard where we can come back and do other things. You know what I mean? It's just the beginning. And, me, like I said, Amir's my partner in crime. He's a musical genius. We're just looking forward to having fun. Me and you got to talk tomorrow. Let's get this flyer together. Let's get this date locked in and do what we got to do. How about that?
So let's set up a meeting, and then we could do this on this platform, you know what I'm saying, us together, and then get it working, see how the sound and then go. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my guest, Rakim. Thank you, bro.
All right. Thank you as well. See y'all.
I appreciate it, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. Amir, you see what's about to go down?
Yeah, man, that's gonna be wow. Look, I'm sitting here, my brain I thought of like 5 to 7 Bronx rappers off rip while we were sitting here. Like,
we gonna talk, and we not capping it off with rap. So R&B, oh my God, are you kidding me? I told somebody was like, you got this, you got that. I said, you don't understand. It's a lot you don't even know. And when I play it, a lot of people gonna be like, oh, I didn't know they was from there. There's a lot of that. You know what I mean? So I'm leaving that as aces in the hats and rabbits in the hole, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna do that. But before we talk more about what's about to happen, let's talk about what's happening right now. We got a super duper director, writer, filmmaker with us, by trade of comedian, a good buddy of mine. We done did some road shows and everything. I got my man Terrence J in the building. Clap it, bring up my man Terrence in the building. Terrence, hey, what up, man? Hey, man, first of all, congratulations.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, brother. You are getting what you said you was going to be getting done. You are actually getting it done. You are making film projects, bro.
Yeah, it ain't easy, man. You said Motivational Monday. I damn sure need to tune in because.
Well, I gotta ask you. Well, I gotta ask you a question, Terrence. I mean, talent is, obviously saying that in the past, I'm assuming you guys have had conversation about what it is you've now gotten yourself into. What steps and what mind frame and mindset did you get into that allowed you to continue on that path so that you could make your dreams come to fruition as you are now? You know what I mean? Because sometimes people get off track, based off of anything.
I honestly, man, I'm just a firm believer. I'm just a believer, and I just believe that I take the limits off of God. He has none, so therefore I shouldn't live under many limits myself. So if I feel like if I can dream it, then I can build it, and if I can build it, then it can happen. And that's all I do, man. I come up with a concept, a story. I got 58 characters in this damn. That's way too goddamn many for an indie project. So, man, we blessed, man. We blessed to be in this position, even in this times right now, to be able to get out here and start, man. We start our first project, or our new project, this Saturday is our first film date, man, and we excited, man. We pulled out all the stops, man, and we got some great characters in this movie. I'm just excited, man. Blessed.
That's great. Wow.
That's amazing right there. Let me ask you a question. What's down the pike? What's in the arsenal? Because I know this is a new project. I remember when you was working on something else. You was working on a documentary was it Big Daddy Kane?
Yeah, we still working on it. COVID shut it down.
Okay, so you started it already, and then COVID came, which is everybody's story of their life. But in your arsenal, you have a few projects, more than you can shake a stick at, so to speak. And but that's the beginning, bro. You remind me of the days when I listened to interviews with guys like Robert Townsend, right? Who his success interview is parallel to almost none. Like when you hear the journey, the things he had to do to make it happen. Spike Lee as well, great story. Of all they had to go through, the trials, tribulations, the Peter Pan Paul, the piecing it together just to get that thing in the can. So that, because that thing in the can, what people don't know, what I know now is that thing in the can becomes your word is bond to people. And it becomes that thing that what we call, the word we use is bankable. Because people don't know if you bankable until they see it. That's equivalent to the rapper's demo. When a rapper makes a good demo and lets you hear the demo, you're like, yo, okay, let's sign this kid. So you're in the film version of that. Mm-hmm. This is going to be.
Listen to my demo. Yeah, we had a film we released August 25th. Last Shot. Last Shot came out, and it got picked up in Africa, Canada, the UK, China. They picked it up for the next 2 years. It's on all platforms, and I think it went through a bunch of different circuits, and I think Amazon Prime picking it up to run it as a one of their features or whatever.
Oh, that's good. That's dope. That's really good. Wow.
That's crazy.
It's a blessing. I had
nobody. Let me ask you a question. You just said you got way too many actors on this project, right? So my question to you is, what is the hardest part of filmmaking to you?
Being true to yourself, true to your concept, being true to your story, being true to who you are and what y'all stand for, your message that you're trying to convey. Because I mean, in film industry, I'm sorry, but you gotta make some tough decisions at times, and it ain't easy. And sometimes it's hurting people's feelings. But at the end of the day, I have to own with the results, and no pointing fingers, ain't no he, she. I, as the writer, producer, director, have to own the results. So I have to make all the tough decisions. And at the end of the day, I want to be able to say I can live with the results of whatever I decide. And that's what it's about. It ain't gonna be easy, and you're gonna get a lot of people who want to throw dirt and everything else and any obstacle that they can. Man, I'm just relentless. You build a wall, I'll figure out a way, and that's how I feel, man. I don't care.
I would
love
say
it too much,
jumping into filmmaking. I want to do it, but I'm such a pervert that I'm gonna be that guy making up sex scenes. I'm gonna be in the middle of a bank robbery. I'm gonna be like, all right, let's take her titties out. Let's everybody like, what are you talking about? Like, We in the middle of robbing the bank. Yeah, I understand that. It could happen here. It could.
It's so crazy because you got to have that final say over stuff like wardrobe, and like depending on who the actress is, she might be, curvy, and they're like, "What do you think?" And I'm like depending on what they wear. I don't want to say my wife working and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I like the outfit. I like the outfit.
I did, I did a movie called With or Without You, right? And the joint was loaded with comedians and actors and stuff, like well-known people. So I'm just happy to be in the joint. So I'm reading the script, and what's making me happy is the joint opens up with me in a sex scene. So I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? But what they don't tell me is the chick is, her name is something Red, Big Red, whatever. But she's a real professional, like bodybuilder, weightlifter, wrestler. So I'm in the bed, got a little drawers on under the sheet. I'm like, send her in. Let's get this. I'm gonna need 20 takes of this shit. I'm in my little perv mode. The girl come in there, man, wild muscle. I'm like, oh. But I can't let nobody know, so I'm like playing it off. All right, wait, let's get it. And it was like, in the scene, she's riding you. I'm like, ain't my favorite position, but hey, let's get it. That girl get on me, man, and she's riding me, Amir. When I tell you when she got to riding me, she was hurting me. So I was like, I went from we gonna do 20 takes to y'all got that? Y'all got that?
Top one take. One.
She was hurting me, man. She was like this. I'm like, yo. And I ain't have the weight on I got now. I was a bony little dude. So she hitting right here. I was like, yo, I'm not built for this yet. But it's a lot of hard decisions. I'm joking, but the reality is, to be a filmmaker, especially you're the guy, you're doing your own work. You got the script. You're directing. You seeing the dailies and all that stuff. So you got to make all these hard decisions, like you said. And have you gotten to that point yet where you had to send people home?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just the real, man. Like right now, we're dealing with a few little things. Actors being home, COVID. They coming in. They photos don't match the body that they were supposed to show up with, and demo reel, pounds heavier than your demo reel. You know what I mean? Like it. So yeah, we deal even now. Just some of the little things, just some of the little nuances that go on, but. As far as the core essence of the project and the people, man, everything is like secure, ready, and we're excited. We're excited to make a movie.
Now, here's the thing I want Amir to know. Amir, you don't know this, a little background information. The film that he's doing, in pitching it, he somehow got a whole town involved in this and backing and helping and facilitating and getting this thing done. Tell a story about that, what you did, because that's amazing.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the synopsis of the story, so then you'll see how my angle. So that was all just a marketing strategy for myself. The story is about two kids get abducted in a small town. One gets abducted from inside of an elementary school. Both sets of parents, in effort to find their children, they take over. They go down and they take over this elementary school, holding everyone inside hostage, pretty much demanding the public that if you're not going to help us find our children, then we're holding on to yours. And I mean, got so many twists and turns, and it's a murder. It's like a murder mystery, but no one gets murdered. They try to find these children, and they find them at the end. Man, all these kids come home. They safe. It's amazing. It's dope. I got OG Bobby Johnson in this movie. I got Glenn Plummer. We got Big Daddy Kane in this movie. We got Penwa. I'm trying to get Town to play the mayor. He got to come on. But we got hitters in Cody and Carter, Chris Cream. It's so many great individuals a part of this project. And like I said, man, we ready to work, man, all day, no sleep.
Well, I know you should be very happy. On a side note, I'm looking at the little decal and everything, San Francisco 49ers on the wall. You finally won a game. Finally won a game.
I just found out 5 minutes ago, though. I didn't even know they won.
I can't even talk shit. I'm a Jet fan. I said some shit, but it was so corny to myself. I was like, y'all finally won a game. It didn't even sit right in my soul. I just sat back like,
we beat up with our B team. We was down there.
oh, man. Listen, man. It is what it is. Hey, Terrence, man, I'm wishing you all the best luck. I'm going to do that part, man. We're going to make that happen next month. And sky's the limit for you, my brother. I had to get you on here. I wanted you to talk first and foremost because we've been talking about this people entitlement, thinking that they deserve things that they didn't work for. And I had to show them several examples today of people who put the work in, myself included, Amir included, Dr. KJ on here, Sean Harvey with a morning show, Rakim up just coming up with ideas, showing people that instead of walking around and let's just talking to ourselves and whoever listened to us saying, oh, I deserve this, he got that, I deserve this. Yeah, but don't get it twisted and wait on luck. Be your own luck. Yeah. Put the work in, then tell me what you deserve. Don't tell me what you deserve if you did not put the work in. You understand what I'm saying? And brother, I applaud you for being a testament of what I'm trying to say and an embodiment of my example and my analogy today. Thank you very much, filmmaker, superstar.
So, man, that's what it is, man. You reap what you sow, man. What you plant is how you. So, you know, we're about planting the right seeds, making conscious content. And like I said, Talent, man, I appreciate you, bro, man. Back, like I said, I'm still in the comedy grind. I'm taking this road right now. I want to. You already know, man. We putting on a comedy show for this, man. We having an all-star weekend. I want to put on a kids comedy show, an adult comedy show, murder mystery dinner. We got a premiere our for the movie, and we got our after parties. We got and we're making the making of. So I had a whole director and a film crew behind the scenes shooting the making of this. So we're gonna have a documentary about these abductions that's going on in the world and how we can put a stop to it, man. Because it's got to change, man. I got kids. Couldn't imagine waking up and one of my kids gone.
Yeah, I know that. Hey,
a little bit, but they gotta come back eventually. They need to come back.
You tell the people how to find you. Tell them your platforms, how to find you, how to support you, and all that.
Hey, it's Arlen Entertainment, ARLYN, Arlen Entertainment on Instagram, Facebook. Man, just like I said, you know, the movies is out there. It's out there. You can purchase that. You can go get it, stream it, watch it. I don't care how you watch it. You can bootleg it. I just want you to watch the movie. It's a great film, man. It was our first film, and I mean, it's making headways over in Africa and stuff like that. Elementary, man, it's a great film, man. We got some great people. I got a lot of people from like New York and stuff in there too. So, man, we was able to bring people from all over the world to get them down here to make this film, and I just want everybody to be a part of it. Check it out, man. It's conscious content, man. It's a great message.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you,
round of applause. My man, Terrence Arlen Entertainment on all social media platforms. Stay blessed, man. Stay blessed. That's what I'm talking about, Amir. See, this is the funny shit today, bro.
Yeah, this was. You know, this was another example of something that we also, you know, talk about quite often, which is first and foremost getting the right mind frame and mindset so that you know, kind of see and understand where you're going. Then allowing the universe, people, places, and things, as my brother always says, to come into your space to facilitate you moving towards what it is you really are trying to do.
Absolutely.
The entitlement thing is funny that, you know, you brought that up today. I'm at work, you know, talking to my team members, and, you know, the PS5 obviously is the talk going on. A lot of my team members have children, but they really get the PS5 for themselves. So I'm like, look, son, you ain't got to lie to me. You're a grown goddamn man. If your kid wants $1,000 gaming system, and this is what's so crazy, T, I should have took a screenshot of it, but today on my timeline, a picture came up of ColecoVision. Remember the old joint that used to connect to the TV that just was the ping pong? I swear that came up on my timeline today.
That's Telstar Tennis.
Yeah, but the company was Coleco. It was Coleco. So yeah. I was showing it to my team members because, you know, they're younger than me. I said, this was our PS5 back in my day. And they was dying. They was like, Amir, I said, look, I said, you couldn't put your likeness on there. We couldn't kill anything. I said, the only thing you could do was play ping pong for hours. I said, and to us, that was the most exciting thing in the world. You couldn't tell us nothing.
Crazy?
You know what I
Ain't
mean?
that crazy, bro? Yo, hold up. You telling me this new game costs $1,000?
Yeah, from what I'm hearing it's somewhere between 1,000 to 1,200, 1,500 in some cases. I'm like, man, listen, there's no way I'm getting a gaming system for that amount of money.
Ain't no way, bro. In the words of my boy Ricky D, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah. Yo, T, I'm listening to my team members today. They're like, my son really wants it or my daughter really wants it. I'm like, do they have a job? Look, y'all are killing. It goes to something exactly to what you're saying about this entitlement or thinking that you deserve stuff. Y'all are out buying PS5s for your kids, yet your kid can't spell. Let's get it together.
Let's put this in perspective. It's the end of the world, and we're in a pandemic. And when everybody was locked in the house, couldn't go out to their jobs or couldn't work, and the umpteen million people on unemployment, the stimulus check was only $1,200. And you're talking about people getting a game console for $1,500, $1,000. I can't see that, bro. I can't fathom that.
I'm telling you, I was having that conversation today, and I was just looking at my team members like, God bless y'all. I said, look, I am team free on everything. Social media platforms, stuff on my phone, all the games that I have on my phone. As soon as they start talking about paying anything, I'd be like, yeah, we're going to have to get rid of this game. We don't need that. I'd be like, yo, I said, there's so much stuff that, you can do. And, to your point about just using your creativity. Look, y'all, we came from an era and a generation where creativity was everything to us. That was all 90% of what we did. To hear him say that Terrence, just a moment ago, say that anything that he can visualize in his mind, he can, then achieve. That was the only game we had for a long time as kids. And I don't care what else you added to that. That was it. Outside, if you lived in certain spaces, you had a backyard or not even a backyard or whatever between your projects. You took the little metal cars and made towns and cities out of the dirt and all this stuff. Said it's just different. I get it. I understand now you can add your likeness to your favorite basketball team or football team and all that. And I think that's great. But I'm like, where's the creativity though? If everything is a kill shot, I guess that's okay. But like I said, to me, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, where's the synergy in that? If everything is to murder somebody or to hurt somebody, where's the other side of that? And we got to get back to some balance. You know what I mean? Like we need that, like big time.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think the crazy thing is this is why these things live and last, because you say the phrase getting back, right? Because it's not technically for us, it's technically for the generation behind us. There is no getting back.
True.
It just is.
True.
You know what I mean? Like if I play games, which I don't, but if I still play games, then for me it would be like, yo, I need to get back. Grown folks my age that play the games need to get back to the blah blah blah. But the people who are predominantly buying these games and consoles, like you said, people are hiding and putting it on their kids because they know that's what it is. But my point is, they ain't no getting back. Like this is their front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy to me, man. I just can't fathom when you said $1,000. My brain froze. I ain't hear nothing else. I said, wait a minute. A family got a stimulus check of $1,200.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, like I said, people are. I had a conversation with one of my team members. He said he was upset because he had the opportunity to pre-order his, and for some reason or whatever reason he didn't. He was like, "Now they're giving me a problem about it." And I was like, I said, first of all these electronics are highway robbery. I don't care what electronics you get, because if you really be honest with yourself, especially our cell phones, they come out with 75 versions just before the flagship one every year, just before Christmas. So you've already bought 2 joints, and by the time Christmas hits, they come out with the new flagship one that's got all the bells and whistles. And you'd be like, but I just got this. I can't afford to upgrade again. I got to wait at least 2 years before I even think about that. Like, y'all trying, you might as well just go into AT&T, T-Mobile, and they just have guns and just be like, look, yeah, we just going to need you to empty out your wallet, put your hands up. Look, we don't got to go through all that. Just empty out your wallet.
You know what's funny about that, Amir? It's funny you bring that up because I think the average American has been on every cell phone carrier throughout his life or his or her life. You remember we was on Sprint? Nah, remember we was on T-Mobile? What you on now? AT&T. Like,
And
I think that's a thing. Like,
and all of them, to me, all of them are, you know, obviously pinging off the same tower. So bless us all for thinking that our service is better, this, that, the third. Are there some that have a longer existence? No question. But at the end of the day, they all trash. I just want y'all to know that. It's just depending on how much money you want to pay versus how much money you don't want to pay.
Yeah, fool yourself with all the invisible details that you want to. At the end of the day, it's all 5G. We all dying slowly.
Yeah.
I just want to thank all of our guests today. The hour flew by. Motivation Mondays. The great Reverend Dr. KJ Keesha Agard. Thank you. Congratulations on your business. Good luck with that. She's from, HSBCU, so we definitely encourage that. Comedian Rakim coming up with the verses, the music verses from different origins. We're going to start off with Queens, Long Island versus can't wait to do that state this month. The Sean Harvey Morning Show star himself, Mr. Sean Harvey, came in here and had some fun with us. And of course, last but not least, the super duper brand new on the scene filmmaker / comedian Terrence Arlen Entertainment. Got the new movie coming out that's going to be crazy. I'm taking a role in it. Big Daddy Kane's in it. Glenn Plummer's in it. And a lot of more faces and names. So support all this stuff. It's been a motivational Monday. And biggest of all, I must thank WEMSradio.com, my super producer back there, and this guy right here, Amir Sealey. Thank you for being a part of this, bro. Can't do it without you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And everybody that tuned in and follows us on Facebook, man, nothing but love for y'all. Everyone, let this be the catapult day. I know on the East Coast, we got the rain and all that good shit. The wind is blowing and all that. But let this be the reason the rest of the week is better. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Salute kings and queens. Motivation Monday. Your boy Talent. Your boy Amir. Deuces.